big hater of the podcast.
They don't like
They
the slopcast.
They hate the slop, dude.
This is Slopcast.
Slopcast.
All right. This is Slopcast, and this is Michael Wurst. Michael Wurst, everybody.
I'm Michael Wurst.
We got a guest, Michael Wurst. He's a very funny comedian in Atlanta, very good friend of ours.
Yes.
Welcome, buddy.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
This rocks.
Yeah, dude. Glad to have you. Ran into a little bit of technical difficulties getting set up.
Oh, my God.
Because that terrorist, Jay Bedlani,
Yes.
still has my
Yes.
microphone, and he gave it to terrorist sympathizer Jacob Chalk. And so we had to get a microphone from Gracious Miguel at Dynamic
Second
Eldorado.
worst thing the Arabs have done this week.
Yeah. And he's not even Arab.
Yeah, I think he's Muslim.
It's adjacent.
Yeah, you know, that's
What we do on here, Michael.
Yeah,
We
okay,
make sweeping generalizations and then laugh at it when we do it.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. His last name actually comes from a certain part of, like, Pakistan, but I believe he's Indian.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
like
Well, they're beefing
Cindy.
right now, right?
He's Cindy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cindy.
I believe. Jay, correct me if I've...
Jay, leave a comment. We know you listen.
yeah.
Angel or my sister, ask Jay.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Michael is known for being the resident encyclopedia of Atlanta stand-up comedy. He has all the facts that you could ever want. Would you like to share a fact with us, buddy?
Just a regular fact.
Whatever your heart desires, man.
You ripped one off at the roast today.
I
That was
did.
so funny.
Yeah. Oh, we did. I forgot about that. We just came from a roast battle.
Uh-huh.
Michael went crazy, dude. Michael went
Yeah.
insane. Roasted former guest Kenny Stimpian.
Uh-huh.
Roasted the
Took
hell out
his
of him.
spot. He was going to be on
He was
here
ready.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were either going to repeat Kenny or bring Michael on.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
only
yeah.
take winners.
Exactly. And
Only
if
winners.
I also roast if I would have lost to Evan Rollins. then
Evan would be in your spot.
Yeah, Evan
Yeah,
would take
yeah.
over.
The trick is to not be on a roast. That's how you get on the podcast.
But it's fun, dude. What do you got for us, Mike?
Okay, a fact. Do you guys want to guess the ethnicity of the oldest person ever to have a man ever? At 96, he had a kid. You want to guess his ethnicity?
Oh.
Chinese.
No.
Greek.
No, not
Irish.
Greek. He kind of the Greeks of Asia, actually.
Okay,
I'll say this-
Mongolians.
No, I can see why you would think that.
Those are definitely the Greeks of Asia.
Indian.
Indian.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
They
Because-
invented
because
arithmetic.
They also
Because they both have
that's
silly
true.
last names.
Oh, no, because they're both uncircumcised.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because they're both stinky.
That brings me talking about. Okay, sorry, new fact. Totally, that reminded me.
Which part?
You know, Arabic numerals like 0, 1,
Yeah,
2, 3,
yeah,
4. Those
I
aren't
do.
actually Arabic. We call them Arabic numerals because the Europeans got them from the Arabs, actually invented by the Indians.
Oh.
Very funny. Yeah.
Interesting. Those are Arabs. Those sneaky Arabs. They're stealing.
They're traitors.
They're stealing
Generally,
number valid from
they're-
the Indians.
Exactly.
It's kind of fun that Europeans were like not crediting Indians correctly anywhere.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the people that live in the New World, those are Indians. And the Indians are like, no, we're the ones with the numbers, God damn it.
Yeah. Vaguely. Do y'all know a Przewalski's horse?
Not
No.
Przewalski's horse.
Yeah, yeah,
What is Przewalski's horse?
Well, it's like the only like wild non-domesticated horse breed, and it's in Mongolia. They're kind of extinct now, I think, but they're named after a Russian guy who like saw him and was like, "That's my horse." But he like his whole other thing was just writing racist shit about the Mongolians.
And then he stole their horse.
He stole their horse.
How do we get him on the pod?
yeah.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
history used to be so easy back then. You
Yeah.
just walk into a field and be like, those are my horses. And
Yeah.
everybody or was it hundreds of years later? They're like Przewalski's horse.
Yeah.
Imagine AJ go into the Andes Mountains in like the 1600s. He finds the Incan Empire,
Yeah.
and he's like, "These are Kegel llamas."
Those are
Yeah.
Kegel's 16-year-olds. Those are Kegel's 16-year-olds, okay? It's because I like them. I want them that way. I wouldn't do that.
Are you talking about fucking 16-year-olds,
Yeah.
or are you gonna name the alpaca 16-year-olds?
Oh, no. It was the...
Well, either way, you're fucking a
it was
Kegel
the llamas.
16-year-old.
Yeah. For legal reasons, it was the llamas.
That's good. That's
'Cause
good.
It's okay to joke about bestiality.
Isn't that a weird double standard?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. What was the fact that you were going to say before the tangent about the oldest man?
I think I was just going to say that.
Is he Mongolian?
No,
Just that
he
he's
wasn't
Indian?
Oh,
Indian.
Indian. That's
He
what it was.
Southern
Yeah,
Indian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was basically it. I just think it's so funny.
96 years old?
96.
Hey, for now.
True.
For
Very
now.
true.
Yeah, until I live to be 98.
Yeah. Watch me come in jizzing everywhere at 97.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
There's a lizard in New Zealand that's sexually active to like 140 or something.
What?
The Tortora lizard.
Damn, dude.
I'm a big lizard guy, and I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look them up. I think they're not quite
Luffy
a
on the
lizard.
pod.
There's some other
A
like
monitor?
genus. No, it's not even like a monitor. Like they don't fit into like.
Or a newt.
I would need to look.
Dude,
back
what is
at
a
the wiki.
stoat?
A stoat?
They're like
Yeah.
a tiny weasel-like thing.
Yeah, but
Oh,
why are there-
those are cool.
They're
Yeah, but why
very
are there
cool.
so many different weasel things? There's like stoat, mink, weasel. Like, I feel like they could all just be like rat.
Right. You get one, you knock it out. No
It's
one's
just-
confused anymore. Ferret, rat.
Yeah, it's a
Ferret.
rat.
Yeah.
It's a bendy rat.
Yeah, you got floppy rat.
Mongoose.
Stoat is like a water rat.
Hey, floppy rat, good band name.
Yeah, that's a great band name. Should we start a band?
Michael, you want to sing?
No.
I know.
Thank you,
I
though.
know it.
Michael, what have you ever gotten sloppy in your life, Michael?
Oh, that's a good question. Have you ever been like hammered?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I'm trying to think of a particularly entertaining time. I think I was like 16. I didn't really drink in
Yeah.
high school, but there was like a few times, and at one I was like 16, 17, and I threw up in like there were cool parents who let 17-year-olds
What were you guys
drink.
drinking?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. Like just random shit people had stolen from their parents.
Nice.
And I threw up in their backyard, never cleaned it up, and never saw those cool parents again. Hell yeah.
That's the way it goes, man. If you party too hard in high school, you just have to lose that group of friends.
Yes.
It's like, I'm sorry. I think I've talked about it on the pod before, but the first time I ever like drank, I killed a water bottle of Mr. Boston's. Okay, it was just a water bottle full of vodka. I just slammed it, and then my vision went out. Like I went blind.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hear. And then I came to, and I still couldn't hear. But his dad was in the basement, pointing and screaming. And the next morning, I woke up and I was in different clothes. Like I didn't have the same clothes on.
Yeah.
I had thrown up everywhere. And one guy, I thought he had changed me and like taken care of me. And I was like, "Hey, Brett, thanks for doing that, man." He was like, "No problem." And then I saw them at like school, and they were like, "Hey, quit talking to Brett. While you were puking, he was kicking you onto your side." And I was just so
That's funny.
blackout. I had no memory of it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
fun. One time my buddy Jack was like in an attic of some party, and we were just like sitting around a circle, like passing a blunt or something.
Yeah.
And I think out of nowhere, he just like throws up right in the middle of the circle. and like the girls whose house it was, like went downstairs.
Tough to do
and-
that in front of girls.
Yeah, not good. But it was they were like our friends though.
Okay.
That like we definitely were just friends with.
Yeah.
No one was trying to bang them.
Right.
And
High school
Yeah.
co-ed
it's
friends.
normal.
Platonic friends.
Yeah, platonic friends. It's just like two comedians we know.
Oh yeah. And plus the sister.
Hell yeah, you can do
Oh,
that
yeah.
on here, man. No one really listens.
Yeah,
so you
nobody
can talk,
really listens.
so you can talk about people, dude. It's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
right.
Really
But-
listen.
But you can't. But yeah, my buddy threw up in this group of people and was just fucked, dude. Like people had to take care of him. And then the girl, like 20 minutes later, like the girls like are running around, like be like, oh my god, like the cops are coming. Like somebody said, like apparently a neighbor like made a noise complaint. The cops are on their way. Like we all gotta go.
Yeah.
They no fucking way the cops are coming.
Right.
Like it took me like an hour later to realize, oh, they just wanted him out of
Yeah,
there.
to get out of here.
That's a good move.
Get
Yeah.
the puking guy
That's
out of my
pretty
house.
Yeah, and I'm like, normally pretty cool, but like, man, one mention of cop to a 17-year-old me,
Yeah.
I am tweaking. And so I think they just knew I was going to like instantly leave and just wanted to get him out. But
Vaguely tied in something kind of cool, like the place we and again, not that we drank a lot, but when we did drink, we would stay at a buddy's house who had like a dock that reached out into an inlet, and we also had like
that's cool.
It was sick as hell.
Yeah.
And like we also had like
What's that friend's first and last name?
Jess Rames.
Nice.
Yeah, we love a first and last name.
You can say his address
He's like
too.
a plastic surgeon. He's like
cool.
our age. My age.
Like
I'm
tits?
29. No, he does like kids who get hit by cars.
Sad.
So he's got
He's like a hero. Oh, he went the hero route?
yeah.
He didn't go the cool guy route?
Yeah. It's funny, you
Man.
can look him up on YouTube, and it's like him putting together kids, basically. But he's 29, and he just got out of med school. What a waste.
Oh, my God.
Damn,
But
dude.
yeah.
So you're telling me he hasn't been drinking every night
No,
for the
I don't
past
think so.
decade?
His life must suck.
Lucky.
God, dude, he wasted his life. I'll tell you what. I have a decade head start on his alcoholism, dude.
Yeah. Pussy.
That's great, bro.
When I was growing up, I told my parents that I wanted to be a plastic surgeon and used the money that I made from being a plastic surgeon to open a strip club. And I was like, I put the tits on the girls and throw them in there to dance.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And then I don't think my parents ever worried about it, given like the fact that I was a moron. Like I think if you have that dream, you're too stupid to do that dream.
Yeah.
I think if you say that, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So wait, were you saying you give them the tits on advance, and then they work to pay you back?
I did not think it through enough.
Okay, that's
I think my thing was like, I love tits. I'll do it pro bono, and then I'll get to look at them while they're dancing.
So you're gonna go to you're gonna go to medical school to be a sleazy club owner.
That was the plan.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
in Miami. I had it all mapped out.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No other steps, no other plans. I was like, you make a lot of money being a plastic surgeon.
Dude,
It's got to be enough to open a club.
I'm gonna become a sommelier just so I can bang middle-aged women on bachelorette trips
Hey.
in Napa.
And that doesn't sound bad to me.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
Right? Now that
Yeah.
you say it,
Yeah.
why did I just start a new job as a maintenance guy?
I'm gonna start a job as a construction guy filling in potholes, but fill them in with like blanks.
Okay.
And then open up a auto body shop
Right.
so that they drive over a pothole.
See, this
fucks.
is how my
That's
brain
good.
works.
Yeah, that's
okay,
good.
you
Ski
get a
mode.
job that can make you more money.
Yeah.
You do it shittily to make yourself more money. That rocks.
I'm gonna get a job as a hitman for birthday parties,
Okay.
and then also open up a bakery. So that I'm gonna go to a birthday party and I'm gonna see if somebody.
This one feels like a stretch.
No, but listen.
You're gonna wrap it back in.
No, listen.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put out like an ad on Craigslist. It's like somebody that you hate.
Okay.
Is it their birthday soon?
Sure.
And then somebody's gonna hit me up and be like, "Yeah, I fucking hate Jake.
Kevin.
I hate Kevin."
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "All right, let me know when and where his birthday
I'll
party
show up
is."
I'll
And
show
then-
up with a cake.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna show up with my stomping boots,
Oh.
and when they bring out the cake,
What are your stomping boots?
they're big old stomping boots.
Okay.
They're stilettos.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna. They bring out Kevin's cake. I'm gonna hop on the table and stomp it like a
Oh,
maniac.
You break his heart first.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go, "Hey, everybody, calm down. I have a nicer cake for $20."
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you kill him? You were a hitman.
No, but
When do you kill him?
No, not like a little hitman. Like it's a hit on the cake. I'm hitting the cake.
Okay, now here's my thing.
Yeah.
You're a hitman baker, okay?
Yeah.
Poison the cake. Done.
No, you're getting.
Story's over.
No, you're getting.
You say, do you have a guy you hate?
Yeah.
It's his birthday? I've got it for you,
No,
brother.
no. But you're getting hung up on the hitman. I'm
I
just.
feel like I'm blending them perfectly, and
No,
you're
no.
not remembering the hitman.
I got Hitman Vet. People love their pets. You
Okay.
kill someone's pet. You're like, you hate this person. I will kill their pet.
Oh, I got one. Your pet's sick. It needs to be put down. You
Yeah.
go, okay, here's a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
I'll kill you with your dog. I'll kill you with your dog, so you don't have to go through the grief of losing a pet.
Oh.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I think it'd probably work more with cats. I feel
Yeah.
like those type of people
My
are
example.
normally sad.
My example was exactly like Michael's example. Instead of a pet, it's your person you hate's birthday cake.
But you didn't set it up that way.
No, but you just got hung up on the hitman.
It's a hitman. That's the big one.
I'm a hitman of birthday cakes, is what I said.
I don't think so. You said I'm a hitman that makes birthday cakes.
Michael?
I don't think either of these will work. Neither of these will work because you have to kill someone. There's tons of like shady, shifty businesses.
Why do you have to kill? That's what I'm saying.
I think.
Okay, you could give them diarrhea, like a diarrhea cake.
Oh, diarrhea cake. That's a cake made out of diarrhea.
It could be both.
Boy, it's a mess to make.
I'll tell you what, man, it's a mess to carry around.
Yeah. You better put a lid on it before you drive because it's going to be sloshing.
And here's the thing. When you take the lid off, it goes everywhere. It's like a lava cake, but just lava.
I hate when I get a diarrhea cake. We just got one guy we keep feeding the water from Mexico to in the back. We got 16 cakes we gotta make.
Quick, pump them full of 20 cc's of Guadalajara slime.
Vaguely tied into docs, this is a question I ask a lot of people. I knew a kid who was, I think he was like heir to like, the people who sued Philip Morris and Big Tobacco were from Charleston, the lawyers who won the big case, and like they won hundreds of millions. And I think
saying cigarettes are bad or something?
Yeah, basically that
God
cigarette.
Damn, how'd we miss out on that?
yes, the easiest money.
in?
Right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, they're not bad.
I never
They're not
heard.
bad. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I couldn't sue him. My best friend.
You love them.
Yeah. That's through the love of my life.
Yeah, that's like a girlfriend's getting the shit beat out of her. She's like,
can't
no, but
leave
he's different. I can't leave him.
Yeah.
He's not going to hurt me down the road.
Yeah. It's just he's just stressed at work right now.
But that kid was like 18 and drunk on playing on the family yacht at like 2 a.m. and he fell off and hit his head on the side of the yacht and drowned to death.
What?
That's the most Charleston, South Carolina death I know of.
Yeah.
What's the most Dallas, Georgia, or fucking Shitville, PA?
I think Shitville. From Shitville, PA.
Oh my God! All right, I can think of one off the top of my head.
I mean, mine's easy. I think it's probably the same for Patrick. I'm gonna say overdose.
Yeah,
overdose is a big one. One time, when I was in middle school, like a girl was like home alone or something. She made herself like a peanut butter sandwich, and then she was eating the peanut butter and it got stuck in her throat and she died. Just in the middle of nowhere and shit.
yeah, that's
that shit, because there's no one around to help you. Like if I was choking, I would run out of my fucking apartment and start banging or something.
And that's a sad food to choke to death on.
Choked for real?
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's terrifying.
And you have moments.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I always thought that I'd be like, oh, me, I could think, but like, because you can't plan that breath.
Yeah.
So you're like half out of breathing, and you're like,
I've gotten lucky where it happened like right after I got one in,
and
I was solo, and I like everything slowed down. I was like lock in, and I went and like was just like punching
that's
myself.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
You're supposed to do it over a chair.
I don't know.
I did it with a tortilla chip.
Yeah.
Is what I'm going to choke to death on, if anything.
That was what it was, I think.
Yeah.
In actual Dallas, Georgia, is falling asleep drunk with a lit cigarette and lighting your house on fire.
Yeah, that's one.
That's a classic.
That's a good one. I think a classic one is...
Dude, oh, wait, real quick. I grew up with a kid, and his mom's boyfriend was selling his brother pills, okay?
Yeah.
And like hitting his mom a bunch. Yeah. And then finally his mom was like, hey, I'm getting a restraining order. I'm done with you. You're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? He showed up on this kid's. This is my next door neighbor. Like I know Jordan, okay? And that guy showed back up at his house. Jordan shot and killed the guy.
Yeah.
Did he go to jail for that?
For like a few days, and then like
self-defense.
it was stand your ground law.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, he violated a restraining order, came here violent, I shot and killed him.
You're good to go.
He's out, dude.
You have told that story.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Michael hasn't heard it.
Free
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah, hell yeah.
Nice. Free Jordan.
Free Jordan.
Free Jordan. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's fun. Did you have friends go to jail,
No.
Michael?
No.
Yeah, we were pretty good at avoiding the law.
Yeah. Not my friends.
I heard this the other day. One of my really good friends from high school, his uncle was like, his mugshot was on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And
his uncle's Matt Tamburino?
Nice.
No, his uncle's mugshot was on the internet, and
Should we add Matt Tamburino's mugshot on the YouTube?
yeah.
Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I'll splice
That's
it in.
funny to just
Yeah, I'll splice it in for a little bit.
Yeah, come on.
See, that's what's fun about nobody listening is
Yeah, that
it
is
doesn't
fun.
fucking matter. What, you can be mad?
Yeah.
Hey, you showed 12 people my mugshot.
and 9 of them didn't make it to that far into the episode.
I'll be honest, I've showed more than 12 people.
Yeah, honestly, fucking 6 of them, I've already seen it, buddy.
Also, comics hate cops. This is like your chance for people to like you, Matt.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, I
dude,
took
this
a
is
stand.
pro Matt. This is free Matt Tamburino.
This is free Matt.
This buddy that I went to high school with, his uncle was in his mugshot was on the internet, and we did some digging and found out he went over to his drug dealer's house to buy drugs. Something went awry, shot his drug dealer in the head.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Something went awry. It seems like this guy tried to rob his drug
that could
dealer.
have been it.
Yeah.
But like literally, it just said like he shot him in the head. Right. Didn't kill the guy. The guy survived.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that. He goes home. He lives with his dad, the friend I had, and his mom, okay? Walks into the house, shoots his dad to death, okay?
Fuck.
What?
His mom hears the noise, opens the door, and is like, what the fuck? Goes to shoot her out of bullets, right?
Oh, my God.
He reloads. She slams the door. He starts shooting at the door. And then my buddy he's not my friend anymore. He's a bad guy. But he was really close friend in high school. He blasts out of his room, tackles his uncle to the ground, chokes him unconscious.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Like jujitsu style?
I think probably just hand to the throat.
Okay,
I don't think there's probably style.
Yeah. He styled on him.
Yeah, he didn't
Trailer
He
style.
didn't triangle choke him.
Oh, watch this. Oh, I got the hooks in now.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And then
Joe Rogan shows up, starts commentating. He's really dangerous on the ground there. It's a real threat if he lets you take his back.
Oh, he's not going to be able to kill his mother.
The live bet MGMT odds are swifting on this one, dude.
So he comes to, and he's like, why are you doing this? And he said, because I'm already going to jail. And then reached for the gun, and he choked him unconscious again.
Wow.
And then that series happened until cops showed up and arrested him.
Like him coming to and getting
Yeah.
choked?
He was like,
shit.
I'm not going to kill my uncle, but I'll keep putting him to sleep.
Holy shit.
Video choking him.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's
Austin,
crazy.
Wales.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What if your buddy was like, well, he's going to go to jail. We might as well get him prepped a little bit and just fuck him while he's
Dude,
unconscious.
and what you don't know about Austin, he's the guy that would do that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, he was my buddy.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Not a good guy.
Not shout out Austin Wales.
Guys, he's in a really dangerous submission threat here. Oh, my God. If you bet the over on how many times he's going to fuck his ass. This is a rare choke invented by Horace Gracie.
Hoist
Gracie.
There it is.
It's called the sphincter triangle.
Yeah. Whew.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking sick of Rogan commentating UFC, dude. It's really annoying.
He's not what he was.
He's so bad at it.
Yeah.
He just says, that calf kick is crazy.
I know. I hate
Has been
it.
for a decade.
Yeah, man.
Very annoying. Got another fact, Mike?
That says pickle soccer.
What is pickle?
Does it say?
That does say
I would
pickle
just say
soccer.
pickup soccer. What is that? What is it? Oh, I live next to a soccer field. That was probably the coolest thing about my upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
And it had floodlights. And until I had already moved out, they hadn't bolted the floodlights so you could turn them on.
Nice.
And I would play pickup soccer once a week with a bunch of like South American immigrants.
What? No
Yeah,
way. They normally never play soccer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was. I think I've talked about this. What's sick as hell is they love nicknames.
Yeah. I went to high school with an Xavier. He went by Chavi.
Yes,
Chavi,
that's
I
also
like
a
that.
soccer player. That might have been where he got it.
Chavi was 4'11".
Nice.
Sweetheart. Just one of the nicest guys. Didn't talk much.
Yeah.
I think it's because he didn't know much.
yeah.
He talked in ways you had no comprehension of.
Yeah, and look, I don't think he knew what I was saying, but I knew we were friends.
Yeah.
Okay?
Chavi.
And then in high school, he got his girlfriend pregnant twice.
Nice.
Chavi.
So he had 2
Chavi.
kids?
He needs
Yes.
a new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
like,
be scooping them out.
No. That's why I don't fuck with Latinos.
What, your favorite
Honestly.
thing?
They get pregnant,
Yeah.
they get pregnant, and they keep it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That is so true.
What?
Damn.
And they play soccer?
Damn.
And
Whoa.
then,
And they're
You-
4'11"?
You would think the Republicans would love them.
Yeah, that's a great point. You'd be like, we need more of them here,
yeah, you guys heard their stance on abortion?
Yeah.
They're crazy anti.
dude. Literally the only people in the country pulling themselves up by them bootstraps.
True.
It is. It's very confusing that they don't like them because that's exactly what they stand for. They're
Yeah.
like, we need a hardworking guy that believes in Jesus and does the right thing. And they're like, okay, yes, it's me.
They're like, get the fuck out
Oh,
of
I
here.
didn't like how you said me.
yeah.
Get rid of him. He's drinking a Modelo, not a Coors Light. That's all it is, dude. If they just switch to that rocky water, man, it'd be all
Would just
fine.
go silver bullet. It'd be
Yeah.
okay, baby.
Yeah, just put down the cerveza and pick up the silver bullet. That's what we got to do.
Oh,
we got to
man.
go to the protest and just start throwing out like Miller High Life. Just be like, this will save you.
Unite America.
yeah.
Just to keep the ice off your back.
That is Marco Rubio.
Yeah, if the blue stripe says cold, no ice.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Or just like Back to Blue Mountain.
yeah.
Back to Blue Mountains.
Marco Rubio sees a fucking Miguel drinking a Yingling. He's like, oh, fuck.
Dude, all right.
We messed up.
I don't know what to do now.
See, if you ask me a fact, I can't come up with one, but now I have one.
Okay.
What's the Ron Desantis, right? That's a
Yeah.
guy?
That's a guy.
He went to Harvard. When he would go to dates, on dates with women, he would take them to Thai restaurants and be like, I love the pho. He would purposely mispronounce it. And if a woman corrected him, he'd be like, this isn't going to work.
Well, not to correct you, but that's Vietnamese, buddy.
yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, my.
Looks like this isn't gonna work, Michael. That is fun, dude. That's so. He's gonna be like, so are you just gonna let me do whatever I want, or you gonna you got some lip on you?
yeah.
Okay, I see how it is.
Oh, no, I think I like him.
Fuck.
I thought he was a bad guy. Now I hear this.
No,
I'm
no.
like, he's
If
kinda
they
hilarious.
corrected him.
I know.
Yeah, if they correct him, he's not gonna work.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
like,
yeah.
If a bitch got some lip,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. If a bitch got some lip, I'm hitting the ship. All right.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect.
No. You were doing good, baby.
Thank you. If she talking back, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
All right. Yeah, we're not poets. Okay?
Yeah, I never claimed to be. If she
got attitude, I don't want her.
Man, we're retarded.
Oh, God damn
God.
it. Why can't I rhyme?
I don't
Carter
know.
makes it look so easy.
He does.
God. Another fun Ron DeSantis fact. Did you see the conspiracy theory that came out about him putting lifts in his shoes?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
that when
did.
you said Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. Someone did like hardcore imaging of like where like the bend in his toes are.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like 4 inches back towards like his
I think
ankle
he
than it
takes
should
his
be.
shoes off. Like his wife's like, my shoes were so uncomfortable today. He's like, you bitch. Keep your mouth shut.
You don't know what I go through.
My little tootsies are on fire for this country.
You think I can be governor at 5'8"?
I don't believe you can.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think people take you as seriously if you're little.
And
They
I don't
really
blame
do
them.
not.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And that's
And you know what?
There's some anecdotal
I can think of
anecdotal evidence
one
to that.
lady and her sister Okay.
Wait, what?
I can think of one lady and their sister probably wouldn't friend zone.
Oh, we're taking somebody that's
6'3".
short not very seriously?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Even if he's incredibly good at comedy. Shout out.
Shout out. Any questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
That's funny. He said today he would do the podcast. Now he's not going to.
No, he won't listen. Nobody
Oh,
listens.
yeah.
Listen.
Nobody
I
listens.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Michael, who's your least favorite person in Atlanta stand-up comedy?
Hey, real quick, I want to let you know we will not edit it out.
No, that's fine. Val Gorin, because she touches me.
Oh, she
I don't
does.
like- I don't like being
She does
touched.
touch me. I don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like
Yeah.
being touched either. That's a good reason.
Yeah.
I don't like being touched.
Yeah, that's a fair reason.
Yeah.
Luke had a less fair reason.
Yeah, that's.
We had to cut Luke's
I know. What if I had said something horrific?
Depends on how funny it is, man. I don't know. Kind of regretting cutting Luke's reason.
Man.
That's the Patreon.
Yeah.
Comment if you want to know that
We gotta do a. I honestly think bringing the girls on you go on dates with for a Patreon is not a bad idea.
Yeah, we
That
talked
would be
about.
amazing.
I showed you the text. I talked about it for the episode, last episode. But the girl that texted me you fuck too much.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very funny to.
Yeah, Jen.
Oh, you suggested it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
where I got it from. I can't lie.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, Michael said he's we got.
And then you could try and fuck her again.
So what about now?
Yeah.
Now that you've
What about
done the
now
pod.
that we've had a good time?
And my buddy was there.
God, I was telling Daniel the strat last night, the Hinge date strat.
Yeah, about
And-
the boat.
No, not the boat. I didn't tell him about I didn't let the boat slide yet, but I was just about how to.
You gotta
how
keep
to-
some secrets for yourself.
Yeah. About how to pick your spot and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And what to swipe on, how to maximize your matches and stuff like that. And he was like, "Dude, if only you put this work into stand up."
Damn. That's brutal.
I know it was brutal.
Uh,
Fuck, dude. What was I gonna say else? I'm stumped. You can talk over me.
I got some.
Yeah.
The other day, I've been losing weight, right?
Yeah.
I think I've talked about it on the pod, right?
Brag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm down 10 or 15 pounds.
Nice.
Okay. And my belt's fitting better, my shirts are fitting better.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, I was out in this yard cutting up a tree all day,
Mm-hmm.
and sweat through 2 shirts completely. And then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going shirtless." And then the lady whose house I was working in, she came out, she brought me watermelon stuff. And then after I was done for the day, I went inside and I was like, "Do you mind if I take a shower?" And I went in the shower and
In her house?
Yeah.
That you did yard work
Yeah.
at? Weird.
I know her.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
family friend.
Okay.
But I went in her in her house in her bathroom and saw myself in the mirror, and I can only describe my body as offensive.
Damn.
It was so bad to look at. I was like, "Oh no!"
He thought it was gonna be good.
I was like, "Dude, I've been fucking sweating and lifting logs all day. I bet
Yeah.
I look good." And it was just like someone microwaved mayonnaise. It's awful, dude.
How do you feel about people taking Ozempic and cheating their way to
Fucking
weight?
good for them.
All right.
I also think steroids should be legal in sports.
I agree.
Hell yeah.
I agree with that. If everyone can have the same steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
I think if you can afford better steroids, good for you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of gay though.
No, I mean, fucking why?
Because some people can't afford steroids.
Okay, then you don't belong in the game.
Also, I think if
So only rich people can play.
I think that if you got
Some of the
to,
best athletes are poor people.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
That's so sad.
What you really want is you just want basketball to be like the 50s again. That's what you want. That's what you really want.
No, man.
No, I know
think
you
that
want.
if you have enough of a base to get yourself started and start making money,
Mm-hmm.
then the money comes and you get the steroids. And as you get better, you get paid more money.
Sure.
And then you can buy better steroids.
What if you're 15 and on the verge of being homeless, but you're really, really good at basketball?
I don't think you should be able to unless you're 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think if you have CTE, you should be allowed to murder.
Oh, okay.
You've done you've taken your punishment for the nation.
The trick to that is you can't prove someone has CTE until after they're dead.
That is
so
true.
just go around killing people. Like, I got CTE for
I'm
sure.
telling you, when I die, you're gonna all know.
And then just real quick before you die, just start banging your head.
Hammer to the head.
Yeah.
That's how I died.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to give myself
That's
CTE
funny.
to get okay.
So like he was lying. He's a bad guy. That'd be fun. It'd be a fun 10 years for a few people.
Right? Yeah.
What else do you think you should be allowed to do if you have CTE? Do you think it's fine that Antonio Brown pulled his balls out in front of his...
Did you see him? He's like wanted for attempted murder.
I saw the headline, but nothing else.
He was at some nightclub and started shooting at people.
Amazing. Unsuccessful. They should call it unsuccessful murder.
That's fun. I like that.
Failed murder.
Yeah, bad at murder.
Bad at murder.
Attempted makes it seem like you were like, driven to do it. But no, you were unsuccessful. You didn't get it done.
Bad shot.
Yeah, and that's like that goes back to the like glorifying the people that are doing school shootings. If you were like they failed at a school shooting, make them sound like losers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I kind of agree actually.
Every time just be like, they didn't kill everybody, they suck.
Yeah.
Really, two
they
people?
They only killed 28. That school had 3,000 people at it. And they only killed 28.
You don't think it's gonna make people try harder? You don't think
they framed it that way?
You don't think there's some? You don't think there's some like Reddit never left his house Discord admin guy that just has his Michael Jordan moment of being like, I took that personally.
Yeah.
It just switches from shootings to bombings immediately overnight.
That's when I took it personally.
That's the genuine reaction I had to remember that guy who started a fire.
So when people said they only had 20 the school shooting, Michael's planning one.
No, the Egyptian guy who like attacked like a pro-Israel thing in Colorado.
I don't remember.
He had been planning that for like over a year, and he killed like one 80-year-old guy, and I'm like. Over a year?
For one 80-year-old guy?
Yeah.
He could have just waited another year.
That
guy would have died.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything.
What does this say at the bottom? Eddie Weiss?
Oh, this whole time I thought like the whole Eddie Carter as a producer thing was fake until I saw him here.
Yeah.
Also, he's kind of like Jamie. Eddie, can you pull up that video of you knocking Brian King's hat off? That was it.
He just has to close 15 tabs of gay porn. Eddie, close those tabs of gay porn real quick.
Eddie, close that gay porn.
You gotta really fight with him to close the tabs of gay porn. He really likes
sleep. He does not want to turn off the gay porn.
We even got him a second monitor so we could have one is the gay porn and one is stuff we want to pull up.
That little fucking bitch put gay porn on both.
Double gay porn. And his eyes are going like a chameleon. Look looking at either one, dude.
I think snails do that too, right?
Eddie Chameleon Carter. Eddie Snail Carter. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, he is here. We should have sent him to get the mic.
I wish we did.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't have been so sweaty. God.
Eddie, why didn't you get a fourth mic for yourself? I was busy watching gay porn.
Yeah.
That was Eddie.
That was Eddie.
Oh, that new job I got, right?
Yeah.
I got into a I would say verbal fight almost.
First day?
Second day.
Oh my God, dude.
But you wouldn't believe what it was about. This guy walks up, he's like, "Hey," and he speaks English, but like very barely.
Yeah, like the guy you work with?
No, the guy I work with speaks no English.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Amazing.
We communicate through Google Translate.
Amazing.
And so he goes, "Have you met Eric?" And I said, "I don't think so. I've met Edwin." And he goes, "His name's Eric." And I go, "No, I think we might be talking about different people."
Yeah.
He told me his name's Edwin. He goes, "It's Eric." And I was like, I can show you a text where he texted me his name's Edwin.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm telling you, it's Eric."
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we could be talking about different people. And we go back and forth until it's like teetering on yelling at each other, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, People here lie about their names.
That rocks.
And I was
You
like,
also
how?
lied about your name.
Yeah, you are people, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that. I was like, me too, brother.
It's perfect fit for the
Yeah,
job, dude.
exactly.
He goes, hey, man, no one here speaks English. We're not giving out our real names. I'll also tell you this. Everyone from Mexico says they're from Colombia. Nobody that works here is from Colombia.
That's so funny.
Like Columbia, South Carolina?
No.
No,
the
it's
country?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Mexico is the hot topic that
Yeah.
they get sent back to. So if they're like, no, I'm Colombian. It's
Don't they
like,
just still send them to Mexico?
Well,
they literally do that. Don't they
I don't
just send
know.
them to
That's
Mexico?
what he was saying. That's what he was like, we lie.
Yeah.
He was like, my first day, I said, my name's Juan. Someone said, did you say Brian? And I said, yes.
Amazing.
And he literally said, I've been Brian ever since.
That's crazy.
I was like, are you fucking... Okay, man.
Yeah.
So is his name Edwin? He was like, it's Eric. And then I asked him, I was like, what about this guy Gregardo? Because I just got a cold text today. Okay.
Yeah.
The text said, Gregardo, supervisor, soap dispenser, and then a picture of a broken soap dispenser. And I was like, I guess that means fix it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've never met a Gregardo.
It would be funnier if it was like, oh no, Gregardo, he's Gregardo. Yeah, for sure. He didn't lie about that one.
Oh,
I got a contractor story.
Okay.
I'm on our company's safety committee.
Nice.
And so I like once a month we talk about like safety stuff. This is over a
are
year
you OSHA
ago.
certified?
No. Yeah.
I am.
Sick.
OSHA 40.
Nice. 40 under 40.
I'm MSHA.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's that?
Mechanical.
Okay, come on.
It's the mining one.
Oh, nice.
So I worked at a cement plant that had a quarry.
Nice. Our safety committee like a year ago brought up like that they closed down a job site for an hour because like a contractor was shitting on a toilet and had taken like his gun like for whatever reason out of his pants to shit and put it on the back of a toilet and forgotten it. And they're like, there's just a gun.
There's a loose gun.
It was at like an elementary school.
Oh my God.
During summer hours, but still, like, what the?
Yeah, but you've never just seen a porta potty and just been like, what if there's treasure in there?
Yeah,
As a little kid?
Did you hear Rodney's story about on Monday about the porta potty?
No.
It's just like a 25-minute story that ends with being like, I went into a porta potty and I see a crisp $5 bill stuck into a pile of human shit. So the moral of the story is don't do cocaine with $5 bills. That was 25 minutes for that punchline.
Wait, I'm so confused.
He was like talking about like this whole like he had this.
Okay,
big
no,
party
but I'm
for his-
saying, so he took the $5 bill out of the shit and did cocaine?
Hey man, I've given you every piece of the story. Maybe. Did he leave it?
Is he saying somebody was doing cocaine and snorted so hard that the $5 bill went through their nose into their stomach and they shit it out?
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that.
Okay.
Choosing to believe that.
We got to GoFundMe to get that guy to Mexico.
So we can get on that stage.
It seems like I'm just saying that he genuinely wants to go there and retire.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
that
he
was-
said Monday. He said, I'm never quit. I'm going to die hosting this show so that none of you fuckers can say you hosted it longer than me.
That's hard.
Kind of hard, actually.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard, buddy. I do love when he last year, because it was just his birthday.
Yeah.
And his last birthday was when he was supposed to transition it to have somebody else host Starbar.
Oh, okay.
Which for anybody that isn't a comic that listens, just for my sister, Starbar is like a monthly or weekly show every Monday. It's awesome. Anyway, but Rodney hosts it, and he was supposed to move to Mexico to retire, and someone was going to take it over last June. And then literally like 3 days before he was going to move to Mexico, he realized that you needed more than $20 to retire in Mexico.
Yeah.
He was like,
That's so funny. That guy's crazy.
I fucking love that guy. We got to get him on.
He was
dude.
telling that story. I mean, like the cocaine shit thing at the end. It was very confusing. But the beginning of the story was like, we had like 300 people show up for my birthday party, and there was like strippers, and we were doing cocaine, and it was like, this crazy party. Cops got called. The cops were like more infatuated with the strippers than doing their job.
Yeah.
We fed them food, and they were like, y'all can keep partying and stuff. and then he was like, man, turning 30 was nuts. And I was like, you were doing that at 30? Bro, I'm 30, and I'm like, I fucking up, man. Life's not going right.
I think that's truly an indicator of the economy, though. Because when in the 80s, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's true. Yeah,
That might be.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Now, the counter argument still didn't work out for him.
He's now living in the bad economy. Not able to retire in Mexico.
You telling me I need more than $85 to buy a whole house and retire for 20 years in Guadalajara? Shit. Mike Dick Skinner just grabbed my passport and turned around. That's fun. Fun facts about Mexico. What does this one say here?
Oh, sunburn.
Sunburn?
Sunburn. I was a soccer referee in high school. It was like I did a fuck ton of other weird jobs, but like like my first time refereeing, you get the uniform and it has like this deep ass V.
Yeah.
And I put sunscreen on everywhere except for the V. I got like the genuine like sunscreen boil shit.
Oh.
Like sun poisoning?
Yeah, because you walk up and down a line, like shuffle up and down a line for like I did that
Facing
for
one direction.
Exactly, for like 3 or 4 hours.
Damn.
Dude, I got sun poisoning. It was the worst thing ever. I was for Boy Scouts, I was in a canoe trip in Minnesota for like 10 days. We're just canoeing over all these lakes and stuff. And I guess I didn't put sunscreen on my hands. And like, dude, I'm telling you, I got blisters all over my hands and in between my fingers. Like I couldn't close my hands for like 2 days. Oof. It was, you know how hard that is for
jerk off?
Yeah, I was about to say, you know how hard, you know how hard that is for a 14-year-old me.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing ever.
Having to use your elbows.
Yeah. It was terrible, dude.
Ask your scout.
No,
master.
I wasn't actually.
Ask your scoutmaster to jack you off. He'd probably do it.
No, I wasn't.
Patrick's very adamant. He never got molested in Boy Scouts.
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I wasn't really jacking off on that trip because that's where I found out that my parents were getting divorced. I was a little more concerned with that.
You gotta have something to take your mind off things.
No, what was taking my mind off things was one of the islands that like, because it was all the lakes in Minnesota. You would like canoe across one lake for like a mile and then like hike to the next one like with the canoe on your shoulder and stuff. It's pretty sweet. But one of like the spots we got to just had a forest fire like a year prior or a season prior or whatever. And so like all the trees on this little island are just like charred and mostly just like trunks. And if you ran hard enough and like fucking
Lift you on the pod.
Lift you back on the pod. If you ran hard enough and like decked it, you could just knock over the whole trunk.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and there's this one guy that was like,
wait, so your parents said, Patrick, we're getting a divorce, and then you were like, I'm gonna go run into trees.
I was small and skinny, and it hurt me when I ran the trees. There was a kid named Nick who was built like a Sasquatch.
You go, I'm gonna go watch someone run into trees.
Yeah. I was
That's honestly how I handle problems now.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Like a YouTube video of a guy hurting himself. That's how if something bad happens, I'm like, okay, I'll just watch that.
Yeah, and it wasn't my parents. It was my mom and my soon-to-be stepdad. I was like, oh god, this is crazy.
We would fuck up trees on cross-country runs too.
That's what I was gonna say. You said you were gonna talk about your running.
Yeah. This bit vaguely, we would fuck up trees. We would find like construction equipment and like check under the dash for keys. It's a crazy, like, 70% chance.
It's insane.
How many keys are just in there.
Yeah, they just leave them in bulldozers and shit.
Yeah.
And also, the stakes that delineate, like, I don't know, plumbing drains and shit. We would see who could pick up the most stakes at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, the most fun by far, though, is we lived near, we would run near, like, a genuine, like, Civil War plantation that would do... like reenactments sometimes. And so like genuinely adults couldn't catch us because we were good runners.
Right,
so we would like go back there and like eventually they'd be like, there's kids over there, go get them. And they would like try and chase us down in golf carts and we just
outrun the golf
yeah,
carts?
Yeah.
That's hard.
We'd just blast
You
the
fast
golf.
little guy?
16:36 5K. You said yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That was my 2 mile time.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. That's fucking 3 5-minute 30-second miles.
That's crazy.
It's actually a bit quicker than that because a 5K is like 3.12 miles.
Eat shit, nerd.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Hell yeah.
You know nothing about math.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
You don't know
one time or there's a few, like, all my track meets, usually like half of them where the track was kind of in the woods and there'd be like a little trail and you could just walk around the trail before the meet and like just smoke weed and shit. That was fun. But one time there's this one school that had a huge track meet, like one of the biggest track meets we went to every year is in Shamokin, Coal Town. Some of the
Were you guys smoking and smoking?
we were smoking and smoking.
Smoking and smoking.
We were smoking and smoking. You think that was the first time anyone's ever said that?
No.
By far not. Usually they're smoking meth. And
Smoking meth and smoking.
He's smoking rock and smoking, dude. Smoking that glass.
Yeah.
One time, though, it was like, so how it was set up was like they had the track and then like, you know, like the bleachers on either side because it was like the football field, middle of track. But on the other sides of that was kind of like a hill going around. So it was like a big bowl from like the stadium and this like hill that people would hang out on. And there was like a tree there, big tree. And we were just fucking around, like hanging on this one tree, just like jumping around on it and shit. And it was like kind of right at the end of the meet when they like were about to give out all these awards to people and stuff. And my buddy Thor fucking was swinging on this tree branch and it snapped. And it sounded like a literal gunshot went off. And people, like, ducked. And everybody, like, dude, like, the most people that at my point in that life, like, was used to seeing.
Right.
Were all looking at us. And we were just I think I fucking hit, like, a dab pen, like, 20 minutes prior.
Oh, no.
So we were just retarded. And we picked up the tree branch, which was at least 15 feet long, like, giant. And we were like, oh, we'll just throw it away. And people watched us march it to like a trash can and just like stick it in there.
Stick it straight out.
Yeah, dude, our fucking coach was so pissed. He sprinted over. It was like, what the fuck do you guys think you're doing? And we were like, we're sorry, McGuire.
I got a track coach thing or a cross country coach. Also, we would run behind a neighborhood, and we knew there was a fight scheduled at that neighborhood. And we were like, Coach, just hold off on practice for 20 minutes. Let us go watch this fight.
Wait, what do you mean fight? Like just like
it was like two
kids.
high school
Really? Oh,
kids
hell yeah.
being like, yeah, we're gonna fight. And he was like, all right, fine, but don't let anyone know. That was a cool ass thing
That's
for a
sweet, dude.
teacher.
We had, I think I've told Patrick this on the podcast already, but I'll tell you, the rumor about our high school cross country coach was that he kept a jar under his desk that he would ejaculate into.
All right, oh yeah.
End of rumor. And he had a daughter that went to our school.
oh, that's
Nice.
tragic.
We were like, Lindsay, your dad?
Cross country coaches are weird
Your
guys.
girlfriend? Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
No, my cross country coach was pretty cool, dude. He was like training for like the Olympic marathon thing or whatever the fuck. And like he was on pace to qualify for the Olympics, but he had like diarrhea but he was like shitting his pants and then couldn't do it.
Did
So
he make
he
a cake
he
with
quit.
it?
I don't
He
know.
fucking quit.
Yeah, he's a quitter.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Nah, he was like sponsored by Brooks and shit.
That's
Oh,
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was crazy.
When I wrestled,
He would try to get me to take it so seriously, like track and stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, but my buddy Whitmer wants to go do Xanax and get and go to the Chinese buffet.
That sounds so much better.
It was so much better,
That
dude.
sounds so much better.
Well, dude, Whit graduated like years prior, and he was like pretty good at high jump or whatever. But he came to like one of our other track meets, like big track meets.
Mm-hmm.
And in high school, they don't just let you like leave. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
especially if you're an hour away, they're like you gotta go back on the bus unless you got a note or whatever. And my buddy Whit came back and he was hanging out with us because he was on the team and everything. And they told the coach, like, I'm taking Drew and Patrick back. Like, I talked to parents, like, it's all cool. And the guy's like, yeah, just make sure, just give me, like, the note or whatever. And we're like, yeah, for sure. And then we just left. And Whitmer was on, like, so many fucking bars. But I just played different Kodak Black beats for an hour straight on the drive home while he, like, was just freestyled. And it was like Carter Deems level free. Like, dude, It was the best freestyling I've ever seen with my own eyes. That has never been repeated again. And he just did, like, I don't even know if he has a memory of it. He's driving like 85 miles an hour in, like, his girlfriend's Lincoln. Just I don't know what the point of that story was.
Do you think that was the power of the bars, or do you think
yeah.
the bars gave him bars?
Yes, the bars gave him bars, too.
Do you guys think we could start our rap career if we become addicted to Xanax?
Yeah.
Bars give you bars.
Bars give you bars, clearly, as I laid out. So
yeah, and I think if you snort them, it works better.
No, it doesn't, actually.
Oh, okay.
It actually has no difference on it.
Tried it.
No.
When I was wrestling in high school, this is not, I don't know if this is fun of a story. It's not. You have to, every year before the season, you have to do something called a hydration test, right? Mm-hmm. Where you piss and it has to have a certain amount of water in it, and to make sure you're hydrated. And then there's a weight that you can legally cut to based off your weight and while you're hydrated, right? Because a bunch of kids died trying to cut weight.
Yeah.
And we had a kid that wrestled 285. Okay, he's freshman, 5'4", maybe 285.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bro,
what is that weight class? The Sphere?
Yeah, and he was bad too. Like, he was not good.
Augustus Gloop.
Yeah.
He was bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude.
Well,
he sucked shit. He was absolute dog water? You're kidding.
So they take into account your body fat percentage when they tell you what you can cut to, okay?
Go along with me being mean.
What?
Never mind. Keep going.
This fat piece of shit was cleared to cut down to 126 pounds. 285 to 126. They were like, legally, it would be fine if you did that.
So he has an eating disorder for sure.
He joined the military. He looks great now.
Damn.
Yeah. Hit a growth spurt. And like, I think he walks around like 200 or something. He's like a regular athletic guy now.
All right. What's his first and last name?
Lance Uzi.
Lance Uzi?
Damn, that's a cool name.
That's the best fucking name I've ever heard.
Those are two weapons? You put two weapons in a name? That's sick as fuck.
What's his middle name? Spear?
Yeah. Broadsword.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That was good.
Lance, two-handed broadsword. What are we going time?
We're 57.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right at about wrap-up time.
That's fun.
All right, but you got anything else you want to talk about?
You got some more facts, Michael? What does this one say?
Toilet gun?
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about that.
9/11. That says 9/11.
Big Bang? We didn't talk about either.
Oh, the Big Bang. Oh, this is fun. The physicist who came up with the theory of the Big Bang was also a Belgian Catholic priest.
Interesting. I have always thought about that as like a quick argument when people are like anti-religion is like the Big Bang. But I've always thought like if you were to say like that there is an all-powerful being, why couldn't he have just done that?
That's actually the Pope thanked this guy. Was like, thank you for proving God existed, because he had the same argument.
Okay,
which
I'm thinking
the Pope would have to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Pope couldn't just be like, burn him.
Yeah. It's 1958 or whatever.
Yeah. That's a good one.
What's your 9/11 one?
Oh, that's about. That was me trying to write a joke about the Porsche 911.
Oh.
Yeah, not as.
Okay.
You can say it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Genuinely,
don't worry, you're not
I
gonna
have
burn
like
it,
nothing.
dude. I think.
I have.
No, I know what his joke
the
was.
Porsche 911 is the best Porsche model. Wow, what a lofty standard to live up to. The best in international terrorism. That's my whole. Yeah. It's a bad joke.
What year was it named the 9/11?
Did they come out with that before or after 9/11?
Way before.
Do you think when that happened they were like, on what fucking day?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like the same. I just always assumed that 911 was from 9/11, like the emergency response thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, no one's ever gonna forget 9/11, like, you know, emergency 911. No, 911, like dial 911 was before 9/11.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr
That's
has
crazy.
a joke
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
old enough to.
Yeah.
Oh, you're old enough to know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are both 30. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I did not know. Who was the joke about that?
Jimmy Carr.
I thought you said
really?
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
if
like
only.
Eddie, our producer's brother.
Oh yeah. Jimmy Carter did have a drunk
That's
brother.
that could be a fun rumor to start. Eddie's real name is Jimmy.
Yeah, I like that.
Michael, what have you ever started any rumors?
Not that I can think
My
of.
most recent one I told you earlier today. I cannot repeat it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've told it to you.
You have?
I came up with it with you. It was the real reason Bradley Logan's mic got shut down.
Oh.
I told it to Michael. I
yeah.
told it to Michael today. He goes, "Are you fucking serious?"
That's crazy. I can't wait to hear it after the podcast because I forget. I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that.
Oh, okay, fun.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's the perfect level then, though, that like someone's gonna hear it and kind of forget. Because if I would have just heard that, like if Michael would have just told me that, I wouldn't have connected the dots that was a rumor you started. I would be like, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna repeat it on the podcast.
All right, good. That's good. Then I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
that's.
yeah.
It sounds like it's a good
Yeah,
rumor.
you just might believe that about Bradley.
yeah,
now.
yeah. What's a rumor you would want to make up about someone in the
Oh,
Atlanta?
you can do anybody.
How about this? Christian Davis made the hat joke first.
Okay.
That's a fun rumor.
The hat joke?
The one Brian got mad about. Who Brian definitely invented the whatever
Oh, the
medicinal hat.
prescription medicinal
But it
hat,
would
yeah.
be funny to be like, no, Christian.
Brian stole it from Christian.
Yeah.
That's a good one, dude.
All right, I think this is the episode.
Yeah, man. Did you have a fun time, Michael?
Yeah, I love the Slopcast.
Hell yeah,
Shout
dude.
out.
Thank you for doing it. Everybody follow us and comment, all that kind of stuff. We were supposed to say that at the beginning.
Shit, man.
Doesn't really matter. Michael, would you like to plug your stuff?
No. No.
Okay.
The Slopcast has only hurt people who have been on it.
Well, fuck you then. It's Michael Wurst Comedy.
Yeah.
Follow him and DM him your picture of your balls.
Yeah, don't tell him where I am on LinkedIn.
Remember when you said on one episode you were like, if somebody sends DMs Eddie Carter a picture of like their butthole, you'll buy him a drink. So my sister's visiting in like a few months in like October.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey.
That offer still stands, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyone that sends Eddie Carter, it doesn't even have to be yours. Just
Well, she's going to send a picture of her dog's butthole
okay.
to Eddie.
Yep.
Yes, Eddie over there, get ready.
Yeah,
You gonna
Eddie,
get
stop
some-
watching gay porn. Focus
That's
up.
the thing. No matter how much you beg and plead, he will not stop.
He
God.
just won't stop.
He can't stop.
And he's sitting at the computer saying, I think what Israel did was good.
Yeah.
And the scariest part of all is he just watches he doesn't jerk off.
Yes, it
He's-
is.
He just
He's
Flash it,
watching
too.
combat
Hands up,
footage
flash
on one screen and gay porn on the other. That's fucked.
Oh, we love you, Eddie. Very funny guy. Crazy how he's getting really good at comedy when he spends all his time watching gay porn.
It's not that crazy because you're pretty good at comedy.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fun one to end on.